How would you describe Saturday?
Saturday, it was definitely electrifying. First time in the shoe. The atmosphere was definitely crazy. Coming from West Virginia to playing in that, that was different. I ain't gonna lie.
Is there a Big 12 environment that you can equate it to a little bit? Or was it unique?
Yeah, no. So Texas was originally in the Big 12, and if you did a little research, we played those guys like October 1st, I'm pretty sure 2022, and I wouldn't say it wasn't as loud, but it was definitely like a lot of people, great atmosphere. So it didn't compare to that, but it was like somewhat similar.
Seems like you had that date readily available, CJ.
Yeah, that was the day something kind of tragic happened in my collegiate career. If you want to do your research on it, I don't really like to speak about it.
So sorry.
But yeah, that's something happened that day, and I just kind of like always hold that with me.
Okay.
CJ, on that 4th and goal, describe the determination you have to, by any means possible, get me into it.
All 11 guys, we had that mindset that we were not going to be denied. So, it was a whole collective group, made in our mindset. Coach Day, trusting to all 11 of us that we was going to get that 1 yard, and we just pulled through.
What did it feel like to score the first touchdown of the season against Texas?
It was great. Celebrate with your guys. Celebrate with the O-line, celebrate with the tight ends, receivers. Those guys, they blocked hard the whole drive. Just gives the opportunity. Celebrate with the teammates.
Was that a tails situation there? That's a tails situation there, where you got to put tails in the game, 4th and goal.
Yeah, man. Like Coach Day said, like we must get it. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like we call the play on 4th down. We must convert.
What's going through your mind when you see Nate Roberts, a freshman tight end, in front of you, usually blocker on that play?
I know he's gonna get his job done. I saw it all through camp. All through camp, we've been working. Short yardage. 3rd down, 4th down, converting on those. Downs, critical downs, and I know he was gonna get his job done.
What did it do for the offense as a whole to get that done on that 4th down play? To finish and to do it in the way y'all did from a confidence standpoint, CJ.
It definitely gave us some momentum. We started, finding our identity. That's something Coach Hart always say. We got to find our identity. Throughout the week. It definitely gave us, a great start. To find our identity.
But early in the season too, to kind of like let everybody else know y'all haven't gone anywhere. Is that kind of, y'all are back again, so to speak. We the Buckeyes, we go be the hardest playing team in the country, and we go always grade out a champion. That's something that Coach Day always, emphasizes, in each and every meeting. We go be the hardest playing team in the country. You gonna see that on film at all times.
CJ, 2 more questions.
What does having the amount of tight ends who could do so many different things add to the run game? We already have a pretty deep O-line as well.
Man, it adds a lot. That's like we go 14 personnel, 4 tight ends in the game. That's special. That's like having nine offensive lines on the field. And then those guys can also run routes. So, it makes the defense not think of us as one dimensional. We still a 2-dimensional team with that set. So it definitely brings a different flavor to the game.
CJ, the rushing yardage was not great against Texas. I'm sure that's a point of emphasis this week. What kind of obviously went wrong against Texas? I know the game plan, but how would you assess the way you guys ran the ball, and how much of a priority is it right now?
I think the O-line did a great job. I think honestly, my eyes in the run game wasn't perfect. I was definitely missing a lot of things out there, and those guys blocked. They blocked their ass off. So I just got to be better each and every week. Like Coach Locke, he tells me like stick to the details. The little things create the big plays. So I just got to be better in my tracks and my run reads. To create those bigger plays.
How much does that have to do with Texas and their front and sort of the stuff they were doing to you guys?
It's not so much of what they was doing. It's really like what we were doing. The O-line, as I said, they was blocking their tail off. I was just not running the ball as efficiently as I should have.
All right, CJ, thank you.
Thanks, CJ.
Thank you, CJ.